Flying V's, the official sponsor of Teenage Preview-essence. The official sponsor of— I saw Randy playing one of these when I was 14 and I started gooning. The official sponsor of bringing your guitar to school when nobody asked you to. The official sponsor of—
Yeah, but you can't even play it standing up, bro.
Shut up, bitch! Honestly, I tried to figure out for a long time why people genuinely even enjoy playing these guitars. Especially if this is your only guitar. Like, that's sort of like having a sports car as your daily driver. Like, yes, you can do that. And yes, it looks very cool, but sooner or later you get tired of filling your car up with 91 octane and having every douchebag zoomer my age trying to race you at every red light in his Jetta. If this is your only guitar, you're forever relinquished to a life of this. Oh. But then it finally clicked for me. For some fellas, this is the only V that's getting between your legs. No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. You're totally buying 20 more of these. So the V that's been sitting between my legs is the Jackson JS32 King V. 24 frets, an amaranth fretboard, a 25.5-inch scale length, a licensed Floyd with the deepest Floyd cavity I've ever seen on one of these guitars, and a strap hook, right where your motherfucking leg goes. No, seriously, if there's one thing I've noticed with these guitars, despite every cue from every manufacturer telling you not to sit with these guitars, people still freaking sit with them. Fortunately, the strap hook can just be unscrewed and you can re-screw it anywhere else on the body if you're so inclined. Outside of that, honestly, this Jackson blew me away how good it is for $369. The fret edges on these are actually really well taken care of, and there were no dead frets, and I didn't need to adjust the truss rod from the factory. The neck height was actually really great in respect to the bridge. The bridge is able to give you a super low action without going very low into the routed channel, which in return gives you some insane pullback on the routed Floyd. This guitar is nothing like how bad the Cantaloupe Cutter Dinky was in my last video, and they're the same price and they're both made in China. Now Gibson has been coming after Jackson guitars with Kramer guitars for the last while, and of course they have a competitor to the Jackson Vs, because like, why not? This is the Kramer Nite-V. So I have no idea when this guitar was released. I found a Facebook post about it going back to 2011 on Kramer's Facebook page, and I have a feeling it's older than that because the Kramer post was talking about the reverse headstock version of this, which looks way cooler, by the way. And you'd think after this guitar being a thing for 10 years and Kramer reiterating on the design that they'd give you an input jack location that didn't literally make you feel like Ace Ventura making out with Einhorn for the first time.
Your gun is digging into my hip.
And that's the craziest part. Like, when I sat down with this guitar for the first time, this arched cutaway literally felt so good to sit with because it wraps right around your leg. And then I realized where the input jack was, and it makes no sense to have that there, not even recessed in the slightest. So now I'm struggling to think of what this cutaway is even supposed to be meant for. Daddy? My current workaround is using literally the flattest cable I own, which is just an MXR patch cable connected to a coupler, which is going to my main cable. It's a goofy as hell solution, but this is the best thing I've come up with so far for sitting with this thing without pain. So barring that, this guitar is actually quite good as far as Kramer's go for $400. They put the strap hook in a sensible location. It's equipped with a licensed Floyd, which in my testing appears not to suck. The frets are great, there's no sharp edges or sprouting or anything like that, and they're a reasonable height too. I could actually get the action pretty low in the Floyd without needing a truss rod adjustment. Honestly, both of these guitars are more similar than they are different. The Nite-V has almost the exact same D-shaped neck as the Jackson guitar, which some people might like for consistency's sake. The action gets about the same on both guitars. However, the Jackson has the advantage of that super deep routed Floyd cavity that you can just get really good pullback on. And both guitars have a pointy 6-inline headstock, so so like aesthetically they're really similar. The Kramer would honestly have more of an edge if they hadn't screwed up the input jack location so bad. But because of the awful input jack location, I'm inclined to recommend the jack some more here. But the Nite-V is a great guitar in its own right, as long as you don't exclusively plan on playing it between your legs. I guess there's other ways you can play it. If you're interested in picking up either of these guitars, they're both available right now at Sounds. The Jackson for $369 and the Kramer for $399. I will mention that the Kramer has the no credit financing options right now in Sounds, while the Jackson does not. And of course, using the affiliate links in the QR codes and the description below helps me bring you more honest, unbiased, and unsponsored content like what you just saw.